And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Monroe and Drummond there inside. Jennings out there with Rodney Stuckey. And it's Smith in at the small forward position. And for the Celtics, the speedy backcourt of Rondo and Bradley. Brandon Bass is out there with Green. And it's Olynyk in at the 5. Monroe. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game. You know, getting the ball inside early.
Well, it worked to perfection there. I like the game plan. Get it inside, force the defense to react, and then play off the big man.
And Bradley gets it to go.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3. You know, Avery Bradley missed the first 3 months of last season after undergoing surgery on both shoulders, fellas. I mean, when Rondo went down with his ACL tear, Bradley stepped into the starting point guard role, and I thought performed very well.
Jennings off a pick from Drummond. Just 5 to shoot. Jennings can't get it to go.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Rondo, good.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
And for Bradley, a tremendous defender, and Steve able to defend either the 1 or the 2.
Well, he's listed at 6'2", but he has incredibly long arms and quick feet. So he's strong enough to guard bigger players, but his best attribute is putting pressure on the ball. It's a nightmare just trying to bring the ball up the floor against Bradley.
One of the best on-ball defenders, wouldn't you say, in the NBA?
Yeah, no doubt.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Now here's Rondo. Outside, Green. Bass with a screen for Green. Back to Rondo. Outside, Bradley. Rondo kicks to Bass, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bass has got his first points in this one.
A good job of spotting his teammate near the basket and zipping the pass right in there.
Smith kicks to Jennings. Left side, Jennings. Stuckey outside. To the middle. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Drummond was really playing extremely well during his rookie year, and all of a sudden showing the promise that scouts saw in him earlier, and then he had the back injury, and that really put a speed bump in his progress.
He misses the free throw. But going back to Drummond, the Pistons training staff had found going into last season that despite his incredible athleticism, he did have some imbalances strength-wise.
That's something that often happens when a player comes out of college. He gets to the NBA, very sophisticated training staffs, and they find ways that players can improve athletically and strength-wise, and that's kind of scary when you're talking about Andre Drummond. I mean, as if he's not already athletic and strong enough.
Now here's Rondo. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Good work defensively by Monroe. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Maurice Cheeks for a moment. I asked him where he thought they have an advantage in this game, and he said our shot blocking is one thing that really sets us apart. Now, we have to be solid all around, but that does help us quite a bit when it comes to sending away penetration and shot attempts inside. Kevin, never something you want to rely on, but always a great backup to have.
All right, great stuff, Doris. Thanks. And guys, not too much of a surprise that defense is going to be the emphasis.
Yeah, that's the type of team they are. And they always seem to feed off of that defense. They're just really trying to attack and force some turnovers and get out and run.
Exactly, Steve. I mean, that's really what drives them on a game-to-game basis.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Rondo kicks to Olynyk. Bradley passes to Bass. Rondo dishes to Bradley. Pass to Green. From deep. It's Drummond with the rebound. The Pistons trailing. Stuckey kicks to Drummond. Back to Stuckey. Here's Monroe, and he banks in the layup. Monroe's got 6.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
Rondo off the pick from Bass. Back to Rondo. Right side, Rondo. Green against Smith. Sticks the foul line J. That one from Green.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Here's Jennings. Stuckey outside. Kicks it to Smith. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. Here's Rondo. Here's the lob to the hoop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Jennings kicks to Stuckey. Dishes it to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Jennings with the ball. Now Green defending. Takes the 3. Here's Monroe. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the thing you notice right away with Monroe, great hands both offensively and defensively. Got a soft touch on his shot and his passes. He really handles the ball probably better than most centers in this league.
I agree. I like his decision-making too, Steve. Not only the skills, but he makes good decisions. He's able to thread pinpoint passes. Some of that may be due to how Georgetown played when he was there. A Princeton-style motion offense that utilizes the passing ability of its big guys.
And that one falls for Monroe.
Well, you love the skill level for Greg Monroe. I mean, he played the Princeton-style offense at Georgetown. He's a terrific high-post passer, and he actually handles the ball really well for a guy of his size.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Chris Humphries has checked in for Olynyk, and Wallace subbed in for Brandon Bass. And so Monroe nails both of them. And you mentioned the great hands for Greg Monroe. A nice soft touch, Steve, around the rim.
And also great at just hauling in rebounds, grabbing steals. He really has a nose for the ball.
Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
And Detroit has possession after the basket by Boston. Passes it to Drummond. He dishes it to Smith. It's Jennings with the drive. Rebound Boston. Rondo with it. It's Bradley on the wing. Right side Rondo. Pull from the top of the key. No good. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Now Stuckey still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Jennings against Rondo. Out to Stuckey. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. And the Pistons lead by 4.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
Well, Detroit has always been one of those teams you think of when it comes to franchises that epitomize the rough and tough Eastern Conference. Always look to be a tough defensive team, and they might not have the flashiest players, but they have some of the toughest, no doubt.
Your Rebco's checked in for Andre Drummond. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Humphries with a screen on Jennings. Rondo with it, and Jennings picks him up defensively. Rondo drives in. The feed to Humphries. Outside for Rondo. Rondo with another miss. And Clark, as you said, the Pistons were strong against the rest of the East last year. Didn't give away too many games, and 25 of their 29 wins came against Eastern opponents.
Yeah, they took advantage of the weaker conference for sure, but it just shows you how much growth they have ahead of them, because in order to get to the playoffs, they're going to have a good record against the West as well.
Wallace outside. Pass to Humphries. Right through the D for the layup. And Detroit has possession. And here's Jennings. On the wing, Stuckey. Here's Jerebko. And another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup.
So far on the glass, it hasn't even been close.
Yeah, they're taking it to him. I mean, just getting physical. Like, it feels like they've gotten every rebound, Clark.
Into Wallace. It's tipped. And again, it will drop. Another make there from Humphries. Humphries has got 6 points. The Pistons leading. The drive by Jennings. Smith outside. The shot's good. Jennings making the play.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
The Celtics have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Rondo passes to Wallace. Green with a screen for Wallace. Back to Rondo. Jeff Green on the wing. 6 to shoot. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Detroit leading by 4. Stuckey dishes to Jennings. Feeds it to Monroe. That is good. Monroe's got 10 points.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
Rondo kicks to Bradley. He feeds it to Wallace. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. For the Pistons, Villanueva comes in for Greg Monroe. And it's Singler in for Smith. Humphries with it. Now guarded by Jerebko. Here's Sullinger, and the layup's good off the glass.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Now here's Billups. Jerebko, the pass to Billups. Left side, Billups. 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Sullinger. Wallace kicks to Lee. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Now here's Billups. Villanueva with the bucket. And the Pistons lead by 4. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Rondo kicks to Wallace. Wallace right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Charlie Villanueva.
Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky. You know, last season a mid-level signee by the Celtics. Competes at the defensive end. Offensively, he's a good shooter with his feet set from long range and really kind of likes the corner pocket three-pointers.
And that one misses. And for Courtney Lee, probably his best shot, Steve, is that three-pointer.
Yeah, I think so. You know, he's a guy who can get out and transition and finish at the rim, but he's got a career three-point average of about 38%. So look for him to be even more aggressive firing away out there.
Good on the second free throw. 1:14 left in the first quarter. Billups kicks to Singler. Down low. It's deflected. It's taken away by Wallace. Lee outside. Soft touch off the glass. Lee's got 5 minutes.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
And he gets it to go. Celtics trail by 3. Rondo kicks to Wallace. Back to Rondo. 35 seconds left to play in the first. Lee dishes to Sullinger. Stolen away. Here's Caldwell Pope, covered by Humphries. Caldwell Pope passes to Billups. Here's Caldwell Pope. Teardrop shot. That is good. Now it's a 5-point Piston lead. 12 seconds left to play here in the first. Lee outside. Here's Humphries. Some solid defense from Uredko. Here's Billups. Shot is off. And we reach it. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
A lot of hard work being put in on the glass. This is a very physical team. They're doing a nice job in the paint.
Yeah, and I think they're doing a good job gang rebounding too, Steve. Everybody's boxing out down there.
On the floor for Detroit, Chauncey Billups out there with Caldwell Pope. Then it's Kyle Singler. Then there's Charlie Villanueva. And it's Drummond in at the 5.
Now, tough call there on that illegal screen.
He didn't look set to me, Steve. I thought that was a good call.
Pistons leading by 5. Now here's Billups. The dish to Singler. And Villanueva kicks to Caldwell Pope. Here's Drummond. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
For Detroit, they have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line. And the first one drops.
Well, you know, coming out of UConn, guys, there were some concerns about Andre Drummond's motor and work ethic, passion for the game. He really quickly dispelled those with his tremendous production. This was a guy who played with great energy and effort just about every time I saw him.
And both free throws good for Drummond. Steve, you're talking about the motor for Andre Drummond per minute among very top rebounders in the game.
Well, he moves like a guard, Kevin. It's almost surreal to watch the way he kind of floats around the court for such a big man. As long as he's engaged, he can have a huge impact on the game. And I'll tell you what, at his age, his upside is really off the chart.
Now here's Billups after Jared Sullinger's miss. On the wing, Singler. Wallace covering. Shot clock at 6. Here's Drummond. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Pistons lead by 9.
Well, he's so dangerous on the offensive glass. You know, well, Clark, what's your expression for it? Glass eater?
That's right. You got it, Steve. A go-and-get-it specialist is another way to look at it. He follows every shot, never assumes it's going in.
Nice shot by Wallace. Pistons leading by 7. Billups dishes to Drummond. Wallace against Singler. Here's Caldwell Pope. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points so far.
A wide-open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Rondo off the pick from Bass. Rondo passes to Lee. Lee left side. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
For the Pistons, Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Villanueva. Smith comes in for Singler. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Caldwell Pope. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Jennings kicks to Drummond. Now the pass to Monroe. Pass to Drummond. Monroe dishes to Drummond. And the rejection by Olynyk. But they get it back. And the shot is good. That's 12 points for Greg Monroe.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly. I mean, the score is right where you'd expect it to be when the battle on the boards is that lopsided.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And they need a timeout, Kevin. They haven't been boxing out like they need to, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey guys, I was able to hear what Maurice Cheeks was telling his team during the break. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
And thank you for that, Doris. Now here's Olynyk. Bradley kicks to Green. Drills the three-pointer. Green's got 5 now.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Jennings against Bradley. Jennings with the bucket.
Looked like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
Bradley against Jennings. And it's Bradley off the drive. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, you know, last season, I think officially brought the immediate championship aspirations of the Celtics to a close. The 7th seed in the East, dispatched in the first round by the Knicks. The rebuild was on in full cycle.
First free throw is good. And back to the Celtics, making the playoffs, sure, but, you know, not like Steve back in 08 or 2010.
Well, this has been a phenomenal era, with KG and Pierce that is now a thing of the past. But look, they've hoisted a championship banner, very close to another, but it's just time to move on. And that's just the way it is in the NBA. These things go in waves, and the Celtics now in rebuilding mode.
Now here's Jennings. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And the shot is good from Stuckey.
Nice kick out after the defense had collapsed on him.
Here's Lee. He's got 5. Olynyk sets a screen for Bradley. Stolen by Monroe. Lee against Stuckey. Here's Smith. Takes it off the glass. Smith's got 6. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And another thing they've been doing right is converting a lot of second chance opportunities. I love the hustle and the effort.
Here's Green following the score by Josh Smith. Here's Lee outside. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Jennings off a pick from Drummond. Stuckey kicks to Jennings. Off target from outside.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
The shot by Lee. Boston again missing.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
The drive by Smith. Unloads. It's rebounded by Bass.
Boy, he had a good look at that one. You hate to miss that shot.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Lee passes to Bradley. Bass with a screen for Bradley. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Bradley's got 7 points.
That's just a case of 2 teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
Detroit really is one of the younger teams in the league as far as their core and future are concerned. It's always nice to kind of think, what might they become going forward? But they are going to struggle at times, especially on the road.
Jennings against Bradley. Jennings with the bucket. Jennings has got the lead up to 13 now for the Pistons. Pistons did have big problems getting wins on the road, and that is one of the reasons why the fans were a bit frustrated with how the team developed over the course of last year. Steve, they just couldn't finish off games when they were the road team.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. Just 11-30 away from the Palace. And, you know, when you're a young team, it takes a lot of mental toughness and growth to be able to close out games on the road. It's something they're still learning.
Here's Green. 5 points in the game. Bass with a screen for Bradley. Green inside the three-point line. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Green's got 7 points in the game. Jennings with the ball. He has 6. Smith kicks to Jennings. Rejected by Bass. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Detroit making a switch here. Urebko's checked in. Celtics trail by 11. Outside Bradley. To the paint. Here's Olynyk. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. For Detroit, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Out to Smith. Wide open look. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. That's now 8 points for Smith.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Bass with a screen for Lee. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Well, if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
Boston making a switch here. Humphries checked in. Pistons leading by 13. Stuckey kicks to Smith. Over to the left wing. The drive by Jennings. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. Boston takes possession. Boston's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Jennings against Bradley. Lee outside. Now here's Olynyk. Tight defense on him. Good work defensively by Monroe. And it's Smith penetrating. Shoots from the right block. And it's good off the glass. Smith's got 6 here in this quarter.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Lee kicks to Olynyk. Bradley gets a screen from Olynyk. Bradley dishes to Humphries. Sinks that one from the post. Humphries has got 8 points.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Urebko, the pass to Monroe. Stuckey into the lane. Outside Jennings. The 3. Rebound Boston.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Jennings against Bradley. Right wing. And Olynyk kicks to Bradley. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Boy, he just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Courtney Lee. The Celtics have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
At the line with 1 shot.
And that one misses.
Guys, the Celtics went from being a powerhouse in the East and middle of the pack last season, but they still protected their home court as well as anybody. Easy to find inspiration here with the parquet floor under your shoes and the banners hanging over top.
Here's Urebko. Shot clock at 6. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. You do have to love the parquet floor here, as you said, Clark. Pride certainly a factor last season, as the Celtics were able to finish, Steve, with a 27-13 record here at their home.
And even though the Celtics would end up just as the 7th seed in the East, you knew they would control their home floor just because of their veteran experience, their talent, their coaching. So they were really able to ride that home court into the playoffs.
He's off on the first.
You knew that at some point the window for the group of Celtics that had won a title was going to close. I mean, it was inevitable. But last year seemed like they were going to go for one last hurrah as they added some depth and looked to reload for another run.
He's off on the second. And getting back to the Celtics and Rondo's injury, a lot of people expected them to start the rebuilding process. Ended up standing pat at the deadline, Steve, even though there was, it seemed, a lot of interest.
You know, you want to give that group, KG and Pierce and Rondo, you want to give them another run. And they had their last hurrah. They didn't get it finished. And now you start the rebuilding project. So a lot of trades, a lot of movement over the summer. But I like the fact that they gave that club one more run.
Humphries with the bucket.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Jennings against Bradley. Jennings can't get it to go.
And poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Bradley dishes to Humphries. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Humphries has got 6 here in this quarter. Pistons leading by 7. Now Jennings. He has 6. He kicks it to Villanueva. Smith the pass to Stuckey. Shot to end this cold run. That one goes. Count it. Stuckey's got 7. The Celtics have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. We've got 1:55 left in the first half. Bradley kicks to Rondo. Rondo off the pick from Zellinger. Here's Wallace. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, it happens. He's wide open, but just couldn't get it to go.
Stuckey dishes to Smith. Nice defense from Wallace.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, the huge trade that really overshadowed this year's draft, the blockbuster deal between the Boston Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets. The Celtics sending out the veteran trio of Jason Terry, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce, and in return receiving 3 future first-round picks, the right to swap picks in 2017. For the Celtics, a tough but realistic decision to begin the rebuild process. For the Nets, an all-in attempt to win a title. Guys, it sent shockwaves throughout the league, and we'll just have to wait to see how it all shakes out.
They've got probably the best team in franchise history. We'll see where they go next. A different look here for Detroit. Singler, he's checked in for Smith. Caldwell Pope comes in for Rodney Stuckey. And Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Brandon Jennings. 52 seconds left in the first half. Rondo passes to Wallace. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got his 5th assist in this one. Rondo against Billups. This one for 3. And Boston with the rebound. Humphries has got his 4th rebound in this one.
The question is, do they go 2 for 1 here?
Can they get a good shot in time? That's the question.
Outside for Rondo. A three-pointer, no good. Pistons leading by 9. Here's Caldwell Pope. 5 points in the game. Outside, Billups. Beyond the arc. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. Pistons ahead. They're up by 9. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with Josh Smith. And Josh, what was the key to how well this team played offensively during that first half?
Just the way we ran our offense with, we weren't lethargic. We ran it with great pace. We found the open man. We were sharing the basketball. Got to move from side to side and got some easy buckets.
Josh, plenty of elements there for a good offensive game. Thanks for the time. Back to you guys.
Okay, Doris, thanks. And we'll have the start of the third quarter for you shortly. But first, the halftime show.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's Thursday and just one more day until the weekend's officially here. But in the meantime, let's check out what's been going on. Detroit up on top against the Celtics in Boston. And defensively, they've done a good job grabbing rebounds, limiting second chances. Greg Monroe, unreal in the first half. The bucket looks about 5 feet wide for him. He hasn't missed one shot. Can you believe it?
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And we welcome you back to the lovely and historic city of Boston, Massachusetts.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Monroe. He has 12 points and 2 steals. You talk about being on. He's been it. Not even one missed shot so far.
Yeah, this is superhuman stuff we're seeing right now.
Celtics trail by 9. At the 2 and 3, it's Avery Bradley and Jeff Green. Olynyk is out there with Brandon Bass. And it's Rondo in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here's Rondo. Clock at 6. Kicks it out to Bradley. Lets it go. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You know, there aren't too many drive and dish point guards out there anymore, but Rondo is the epitome of that type of guard in the NBA. He is always looking to make a move and create space for a teammate, and his assist totals reflect that.
And he gets it to go. 14 points for Greg Monroe.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Rondo kicks to Olynyk. Rondo with it. Rodney Stuckey covering. Kicks it out to Bradley. Off target from three-point range. Well, Clark, you talked about Rondo's playmaking. I think Steve and I agree. He's led the league in assists per game the last 2 seasons in that very important category, Steve, and I think that speaks volumes.
It's pretty incredible what Rondo has been able to accomplish in the NBA. Fell to late in the first round to the Celtics back in his draft class, but here he is developing into one of the top point guards in the league.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Brandon Jennings. Here's Bradley. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Changing sides didn't seem to help them at all, huh, guys? They've missed their first 3 shots in the third quarter.
Here's Smith. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, it's interesting. Last season, Josh Smith really had issues at the foul line. Started the year off slow and never could get on track. Strange to see, a talented player like that and a guy who's been a reasonable foul shooter in the past have such a dip like that.
The free throw drops for Smith. And for Josh Smith, his shooting touch has been a weak point.
Yeah, it has been up and down, inconsistent, but he's a terrific finisher inside. The question throughout his career is, why does he shoot so many outside jumpers? He's a tremendous player in every other facet of the game. You could argue that if not for his suspect shot selection, he'd already have made at least 1 or more All-Star games.
Both free throws good from Smith.
You know, Josh Smith is one of the last guys you want to see in the open court if you're a defender. I mean, when he's coming at you to slam it on you and you're backpedaling and looking over your shoulder, oh, man, that's a scary, scary feeling.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, Steve, back to Smith. A great combination of quickness and strength and leaping ability.
Yeah, he moves like a small forward, but can finish over the biggest and tallest players in this league. So, when he gets ahead of steam in transition, you better watch out.
That one is off.
One of the problems for the Pistons last season was they always seemed to come out after halftime flat. Just couldn't sustain the kind of intensity and focus needed to win consistently. That was a big part of why they had such a tough year.
And he sinks the second. Well, going back to the Pistons, the third quarter for them was by far their worst scoring quarter. Several points lower than any other quarter they played in, and with the sample size you get over the course of a season, that is no accident.
Well, you know, what you think about now with a team like this is that if it's young, maybe they're not used to the tweaks and the adjustments that other teams are making at them over the halftime break. So this is an area for improvement for this Detroit team.
Now here's Rondo after the miss from Andre Drummond. They set the pick. Green kicks to Rondo. The three, and it's Bradley. That time on the assist by Rondo. 10 points for Avery Bradley.
And they get one to go now after missing their first 3 shots. Maybe this will kick them into gear.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
A bit of a down season, guys, for Brandon Bass this past season. His numbers were down pretty much across the board. At 28 years old, he should be in his prime. We'll see how he bounces back this season.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey guys, I was able to hear what Maurice Cheeks was telling his team during the break. He talked about their postgame, saying, "We've got this defense stretched out, and if we can make solid entry passes into the low block, the points will come." He added one more thing as well, which was that he wants them driving the lane and taking the ball strong to the hoop at every opportunity. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And Bass, Steve, a face-up four. He likes to play in the high post.
Yeah, he likes to kind of face up and either hit that mid-range jumper or drive around you. But I think the best improvement from Bass came at the defensive end of the floor. Doc Rivers really showing praise last year during the playoffs for Bass's defensive improvement.
Here's Stuckey following the bucket by the Celtics. Deep two from Jennings. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. Stuckey's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Olynyk. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Olynyk's got 5.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've seen him make over and over again.
Outside Jennings. That's good. Jennings has got 6 in the quarter.
And their interior defense getting exposed once again. How many open looks at the rim are they going to allow?
The drive by Rondo.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Stuckey dishes to Monroe. A good look from Smith. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
And the shooting percentage continues to climb, guys, here in the second half. They're on fire.
Steve, I like the collective focus since halftime. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots. Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
Here's Stuckey, and he gets the bucket. Stuckey's got 11 points.
Well, he's a really difficult cover because if he gets anywhere near the rim, he can finish. Great strength, the ability to convert in the lane. Boy, that's tough to defend.
And applies even if he has to absorb contact getting to the rim.
Bradley against Jennings. Left side, Jennings. No luck. Great D that time from Green. 3 on 3. Here's Olynyk, and he uses the glass on the layup. Olynyk's got 7 points for the quarter.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set.
Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Out to Stuckey. From past the arc. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 5 assists in the game. Rondo against Jennings. Rondo off the pick from Olynyk. Jennings against Rondo. Right side, Rondo. And it's Boston with another. Pistons leading by 12. Smith outside. Jennings against Rondo. Jennings kicks to Monroe, and the shot is good. Monroe's got 16 points.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Greg Monroe with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain it.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He said to his guys, let's get serious about driving the lane and putting pressure on their interior defenders. That's where he sees the soft spot in this defense. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks, Doris. Rondo kicks to Lee. Beyond the arc. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Well, it took them a while, but they're finally starting to get some rhythm offensively on the outside.
Now here's Drummond. Here's Monroe. And Lee pulls it down.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Humphries, the pass to Rondo. Back to Humphries. Celtics passing it around. Looks a big height bounce and goes in. Rondo's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Celtics. For Detroit, they've gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Stuckey kicks to Smith. The turnaround Jay. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. 16 points for Josh Smith.
That kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Boston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Rondo kicks to Wallace. And again, it's Boston converting. Detroit leading by 9. Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Drummond dishes to Jennings. Jennings off a pick from Drummond. Jennings passes to Drummond. Jennings kicks to Stuckey. It's back to Jennings. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range. Can't get it to go. Now the Celtics take it the other way. And it's Wallace penetrating. True on the 14-footer. Wallace has got 8. Detroit with the ball. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
You know, it's always strange to see how a team will react when they lose one of their biggest stars. Last season, the Celtics were thought to be dead in the water when Rondo tore his ACL, but they actually rallied and went on the winning streak after the injury.
Now, here is Smith, and yes, sir, that one drops. 18 points for Greg Monroe.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Rondo passes to Humphries. Green dishes to Humphries. And it's thrown down hard with both hands. Now, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this lead.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Well, Clark, as you said, with Rondo and the Celtics, they would go on to win the next 7 right after his injury. And overall, Steve played better than expected the rest of the way.
Sometimes that's the way these things go, Kevin. A star player goes down, everybody else kind of steps up, and instead of feeling sorry for themselves, they use it as a rallying cry. And all those role players for Boston really picked up the extra slack, and I thought they made a great push to end that season after the Rondo injury. I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
The 10-footer hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And that's 18 points for Smith. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pistons.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes, and cashing in.
Here is Jennings after Jeff Green's bucket. From the line, Jennings with the bucket. Jennings has got 14 points.
And his confidence has come back since halftime after really a rough first 2 quarters.
Rondo kicks to Wallace. Back to Rondo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Rondo's got 6 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Yeah, well, 10 of their last 12 points have come off of assists.
Now here's Jennings. He's got 14. And Brandon Jennings gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's the way you play defense. He saw the hop step a mile away and got in the path to disrupt it.
Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Detroit. Urebko comes in for Greg Monroe. 1:05 left in the third. And here's Rondo. He's got 8. Humphrey sets a pick for Rondo. Kicks to Bradley. No good. And it's Detroit the other way.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, big margin for them in the rebounding department. They've completely dominated the boards here.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Chauncey Billups. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Rondo.
I think he's been kind of passive today, and maybe that one will get him going. I think for them to be successful, he needs to be the one to do the bulk of the scoring.
Now here's Billups. Dishes to Single. Inside to Villanueva. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. For Detroit, they have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts. And the first one at the line is good. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Celtics trail by 8. Outside Rondo. Back to Bradley. He dishes it to Humphries. Now here's Rondo. Here's Wallace. And that's not going to go. The third quarter comes to a close. Pistons lead by 8. And time to step aside. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Really excellent feed here, and I know we're used to seeing this guy score, but he is no slouch at creating passes and opportunities for his teammates, and he showcases that skill right here on that replay.
Pistons leading by 8. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. We've got Charlie Villanueva. Kyle Singler is out there with Urebko. Then there's Chauncey Billups. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Billups. 6 to shoot. Here's Villanueva. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Bradley with the ball. Wallace dishes to Rondo. Trying his luck deep. They get it back. Sullinger passes to Humphries. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Talk about some great numbers for Humphries. He has 14 points and also an assist. He's a one-man wrecking crew out there.
You know, they have no answer for him at this point.
No good on the free throw.
Story came out about Chris Humphries last year that basketball wasn't his #1 sport as a kid. He was actually one of the best swimmers in the country as a youngster, but basketball's worked out just fine.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And Clark back to Humphries. He still holds the 10 and under record in the 50-meter and the 100-meter freestyle. Steve, I didn't know that.
Wouldn't you like to see Tim Duncan and Humphries swim against each other? You know, Duncan used to swim as well.
Right, yes.
Childhood.
Yes.
So I say we put him in the pool. Let's see who the better man is. Well, they're in great position here, and it's thanks in large part to their three-point shooting.
You called that right. They are lighting it up from behind the arc this half.
Now, here is Humphries. Back to Rondo. Passes it to Wallace. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Phillips kicks to Villanueva. Nice ball movement by Detroit. No good on the three.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Rondo dishes to Wallace. Back to Rondo. Outside Bradley. Now the feed to Wallace. Baseline try, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Got him with the turnaround there. That was as sweet as honey.
Pistons leading by 9. Caldwell Pope kicks to Billups. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, during that break, Coach Maurice Cheeks had some words for his team. With his team struggling from three-point territory, he told them to start looking for more high-quality shots inside the paint. We're forcing too many threes, he said. Stop with the bombs and work it inside.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Singler. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Celtics trail by 9. Bradley with the ball. Now Smith defending. Here's Green. Rebounded by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Rondo against Billups. Pass to Singler from the arc. Smith, a follow-up jam. And the Pistons lead by 11.
This is just great anticipation. The putback jam.
Oh, he had some big-time intentions right there.
And those plays will give your team a huge boost.
And that one's good. 12 points for Avery Bradley. Detroit leading by 9. Outside Billups. Smith outside. Here's Singler. Great tee that time from Green. Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Outside Bradley. Rondo on top. He's guarded by Billups. Offensive rebound. Dance. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Billups passes to Singler. Back to Billups. Smith in the posts. He's against Green, and that one's good. Smith's got 12 points here in the second half.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
Billups kicks to Smith. Smith right side. There's the bucket. Good. Smith's got 6 in the quarter.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Passes shot. Good.
Good ball movement. You put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Phillips kicks to Singler. Monroe with it. Pass on him. No good off the front iron.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Rondo against Phillips. Bradley drives in. Olynyk dishes to Bass. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And now it's only a 5-point Piston lead. Detroit's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Phillips kicks to Singler. Feeds it to Smith. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Smith playing very well. He's got 24 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
Well, that's important, Clark. I mean, he's conscious of the fact that moving the ball around gets the defense to move. It forces them to work, and it creates a better offensive flow for his own team.
And the first one at the line is good.
They didn't shoot it well from the line in the first half, but they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Detroit. Jennings comes in for Chauncey Billups. Smith hits them both. Celtics trail by 7. Rondo kicks to Bradley. He feeds it to Bass. And again, it's Boston converting.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shots.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Green against Smith. The dish now to Drummond. The pass to Monroe. Rebound Boston. Bass has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Bradley against Jennings. Rondo off the pick from Bass. Got a piece of it and stolen by Jennings. And now the Pistons fast break. Another shot. And the bucket is good. Coming on the layup that time from Drummond.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Now Rondo. Pass with a screen for Rondo. A good look from Bradley. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. 14 points for Avery Bradley.
You know, passing the ball well on the perimeter has really opened things up offensively for this club.
Steve, it makes the game easy. I mean, 10 straight points off assist. That's impressive, but it's easy when you move the ball.
And Smith with the stuff.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Celtics trail by 7. Here's Rondo. Rondo off the pick from Bass. Green with the ball. Now Smith defending. Good.
Great teamwork out there, really helping each other out.
They're playing as one. I mean, they're like a symphony. Everybody in harmony and in beat and in rhythm. 5 straight baskets now have resulted because of assists.
Here's Jennings. After Jeff Green's bucket, Stuckey passes to Drummond. Jennings dishes to Monroe. And he gets it to go. Monroe's got 20.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop, guys.
Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And here's Rondo. Pass to Bradley. Good on the triple. Bradley's got 10 points in just the second half.
perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Offensive rebound. And it's Drummond missing. Celtics trail by 4. Pass with a screen for Bradley. Jeff Green on the wing. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Yeah, something that makes him hard to defend is his ability to receive a pass and get off an accurate shot in one quick, fluid motion. So you better beware of where he is on the floor at all times.
One of the premier catch-and-shoot guys in the league, Steve. There's no question about it.
Here's Drummond. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And it's 8 points here for Drummond.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Josh Smith really making a difference here.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
It's Bradley on the wing. He's guarded by Stuckey. And it's Bradley off the drive. Excellent defense there from Smith.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Monroe's shot is good.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
That 3 is off the mark from Bradley, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
How about that game for Olenek? He's got 11 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, it's just a small part of what's been a solid overall contribution by him defensively.
The first free throw is good. All free throws good from Olenek.
And this lead suddenly not looking quite so comfortable after those 2 free throws. Well done.
Stuckey kicks to Drummond. Jennings off a pick from Drummond. It's Jennings with the drive. Here's Stuckey, and Detroit again with the bucket. Now a timeout called by Boston. They trailed by 6. 1:53 left in the 4th quarter. .53 left to play in the final quarter. And it's Rondo penetrating. Olenek, rebound, Detroit. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
They definitely had the advantage inside. Another big grab a moment ago.
You know, they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch and into the final quarter.
I'll say they're looking very determined as they try to close this one out.
Now here's Rondo. Here's Olenek. Craig Monroe with the rebound. Monroe's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Jennings passes to Smith. From the baseline. Count the bucket. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Rondo dishes to Olenek. Outside Bradley. He kicks it to Bass. Just 5 on the clock. from deep. Green, and that one's good.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stuckey kicks to Jennings. Shoots from the baseline, and it's Smith missing.
What was the defense doing there? And he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
And that's an intentional foul. Chris Humphries has checked in for Boston. Detroit's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth, and he commits the intentional foul. It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one. Boston's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Connects! And now they trail by just 4.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
And for the Pistons, they're shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking. And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're down by 5. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rondo passes to Olynyk. Nice D from Drummond.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotation.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Here comes Rondo. Outside Bradley. Puts up a 3. No good.
How about the effort we're seeing from him on the boards? He's already in double figures.
Yeah, and more importantly, Steve, his rebounds are leading the team.
And so it's Detroit with the W. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Josh, congratulations on the win. You were very effective guiding your team to this victory. What were you doing to be so successful?
Just not settling, trying to drive the ball whenever I have an opportunity, and just playing aggressive. Whenever I have the open jump shot, stepping there and be confident and try to make it.
You certainly were confident looking tonight, Josh. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Josh Smith.